Canada and Mexico may be hit with 25% tariffs as early as tomorrow, and China may be hit with an additional 10% tariff as early as tomorrow. Let's talk about it. So the reason for these tariffs are because of illegal immigrants coming into our country from those countries, as well as fentanyl being smuggled in from Canada, Mexico, and China. Now, first part, Trudeau of Canada, who is still going to be the lead of Canada for at least a couple more months, said that the U.S. is a strong partner. However, they will not back down and will retaliate if tariffs are put on their goods. Now, what that retaliation is, what they do in response, who knows, but I'm sure something will come from that. He also acknowledged that it may be difficult for a time if these tariffs come into effect. Trump also threatened all BRICS nations, saying that if they try to challenge the dollar with a currency of their own, that they would be hit with 100% tariffs for any goods coming into the country. China also denied any complicity in fentanyl coming into the country from the trading that they do with us, but there wasn't much response on any other tariff threats that Trump has done towards China yet. And as of recording, Mexico hasn't replied to these 25% tariff threats yet. Economists have said that these tariffs may risk a recession for the U.S. economy, however, because at the end of the day, the U.S. is the one that is paying these tariffs. If you build in America, obviously you don't get any tariffs, but if you're importing, whenever that Mexican import hits our border, the U.S. is the one that is paying that importer whatever the tariff is to receive those goods. So by default, any Canadian or Mexican goods that come in would then be hit with a 25% additional charge than what they would have paid for it originally. This doesn't mean that Mexico or Canada is paying that tariff. It still will be American companies importing it into America. Some of the things that may be affected by these tariffs are vehicles, alcohol, avocados, honey, many other things as well. You have to realize that Canada and Mexico are number 1 and number 2 for our trading partners, and China is third. Now, I still kind of agree with the tariffs because I think that anything you do to encourage companies to build in America, to make things in America, to sell directly to Americans, I think is a net win. However, it's going to suck in the short term. But unless there's some deal done, we're going to see these probably for the next couple months at least.